Chandler get to come back for a second season here, and a little bit of a battle with Jiya in fall camp and throughout the spring too. Just first of all, what's it like to be in a battle? I know it's probably not the first time in your career you've gone through this, but just how do you kind of combine the competitiveness but also trying to improve one another as you go through this process for the betterment of the team?
Right. It's not the first time I've had a competition. I've had one in high school where I've earned that job. You know, it's football. You have to earn your spot, earn your time. Also, it's just been really fun. You know, he makes a play, I make a play. It just shows that we have really good quarterbacks on this roster. Hey, competition is competition. It brings the best out of everybody. So I just focus on doing what I can do, control what I can control, and just going from there.
How much, too, is it in a battle like this? Just keep your head up because you know another chance is coming your way eventually, just to not get too low on the lows, but not too high on the highs either.
Right. Just focus on one play at a time. That's what I really focus on the field at practice. Also during film, just making sure I'm correcting mistakes that Coach Q pointed out. Like Coach Brown always tells us every day, don't make the same mistake twice. So just focusing on that, and like I said previously, just focus just one thing at a time. Just everything else has to be on his own.
How much can you play off of your experience last year here at ULM, and what have you been working on individually to try to get better for this season?
Right. You know, last year I felt that we were run heavy. This year we're definitely going to air the ball out. So just making sure I can throw every route in the route tree. Just getting our timing right with the receivers, making sure I understand the checks and understanding the concepts, what Coach Q wants out of them. And just doing that over and over, it's just repetition. That's how you get better.
As far as Coach Cube's offense, I mean, this has been a little bit of a transition again to go with what Coach Rich Rod wanted to do last year and now Coach Cube this year. Just how much progress do you feel like this team's made and where you're at now and what you have left here 3 weeks to go?
I mean, starting on the first day of camp, we had our first 3 installs already with Coach Rich Rod. We only had day 1. So just that from alone, Coach Cube has really put a lot of trust in us, and we've shown him that we can handle that. And we have a lot of our concepts in. There's going to be a couple other things for like game plan. It's definitely a different vibe. We're able to have a lot of fun right now. Coach Cube, he's younger. He understands us, just like the other coaches, like Coach Carr, Coach Siegler. I mean, it's been really fun, so I'm excited for it.
As far as the skill guys, I mean, it seems like a lot of depth at running back, a lot of familiar names at wide receiver. What are you seeing from those guys and just the overall chemistry that you have with your receivers and your backs?
Right. Starting with our receivers, I mean, we have a lot of guys on the outside, especially on the inside. New transfer from Kansas State, Tyrone. He's a really good jump ball guy, and he can also beat you down deep. You have Jack Jackson as well, Fred Lloyd, Jevin Fred. He's a jump ball guy too. And then we have Darren Wild. He's probably our fastest outside receiver. You know, in the slots we have Boogie Will. We have Kobe Cavill as well as Luke. And I mean, you remember Marcus Green? Coach Q compared Luke to Marcus Green. So that's really something exciting to be about. As far as running backs, we have a lot of good running backs. You know, Andrew Henry, Malik Jackson, Isaiah, Zach Martin. I mean, Charlie Norman, who's got put on scholarship. I mean, it's just no matter who's back there, somebody's going to make something happen.
Texas, that first game out, I mean, to go play at DKR and one of the big venues in college football in Alabama a couple weeks after that, and Nichols, a good team in the middle there. What's the challenge of this slate to open the season? Because then you get to dive right into conference with the Cajuns, too.
Yeah. Right now, you know, our focus is really to finish. It's something that we really didn't do good last year, especially in our last 4 games. We know we have to come out firing from the jump. Playing at Texas, a night game, then Nichols, then Alabama, I mean, then Lafayette. Like you said, it's just we have to come out hot. There's no other way around that. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that we come out like that.
Well, Jiya come into another season here at ULM and firmly in that mix, working for that starting quarterback job. Just what's it like being in the battle? I know it's probably not unfamiliar territory for you, but just to be involved in that, just what's that whole process?
I mean, it's a lot of fun. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Chandler and I kind of feed off each other. It's really easy to do that too in Coach Kubik's offense because, you know, him and I just fit the system, really well. So, I mean, one of us goes out there, makes a big play, switch roles, switch QBs, and I mean, we're doing the same thing. So it's really fun. It's cool to see like our abilities and, you know, our different play styles and how one quarterback might help our offense in one way, and then when I come in or Chandler comes in or whoever, we still kind of have the same overall ability to lead the offense, but we kind of bring different attributes that we can help with the offense. So.
It's the quarterback room. I mean, it's different because you guys have to be competitive with one another, but at the same time have that chemistry to help each other out. Just how do you strike that balance?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard because, there's only one quarterback on the field at a given time. But in this offense, there's a possibility, it might be Chandler and I playing in the game. So at the end of the day, though, we want to win games. We want to go to a bowl game, and we want to kind of revive ULM football. So like you kind of asked, like how we kind of go back with each other, whatnot. We really just try and help each other out. Maybe we see something go on with a play that whoever was in didn't really see. So, just kind of give each other tips and pointers and whatnot, and just try and help each other out. Because at the end of the day, we get the ball in our hands every day or every play, and we got to be the ones who execute it properly and get it to our playmakers. So we got to see everything on the field. So.
A lot of depth, it seems like, at running back especially, and even the receiving core, a lot of familiar names anyway, and then some good newcomers. Just how's that skill group? What's your chemistry like with them, and just what do you see from those guys?
Well, it makes our job a lot easier because we get to throw to such talented receivers and hand the ball off to our running backs. So, it's a lot more. It builds our confidence knowing that we got some guys on the outside and guys right next to us who we give them the ball and they're going to make a big play. So.
As far as the offensive line's concerned, I know some injuries there right now, but just how much is it getting those guys on the same page, and especially as we get closer to Texas, I'm sure more reps for some guys that are probably going to see time on the road too.
Every day is a learning experience for the guys. We've got a few guys, upperclassmen like Vic, Cutler, who are helping out the younger guys. So, it's difficult because we might have a play set up that kind of gets blown up because the O-line might have didn't get the play in right, or they might have messed up on something. But it's good to see that because we have it on film. So now that's coaching tape. So. But I think with Kubik's offense too, it's not an overly difficult offense. If you put your mind to it and you really study, you should be able to pick it up pretty quickly.
Sit now with 3 weeks of practice, one down in that third week, but to Texas, and just where you sit right now, like you said, it's a new system with Coach Kubik this year. How do you feel like the offense sits at this point, getting ready for that first game?
Coach Bowden had mentioned it earlier on fall camp that we were a lot further ahead than what we were last year, and I completely agree with him. Our offense is just clicking a lot better, especially our skill guys. I think that's a lot to do with just our confidence in ourselves. Like I said earlier, we all know kind of our play style and our capabilities, and we're not afraid to go out there and try and make a play. So as far as Texas, though, we've kind of focused more on fall camp and our offense. So here in the next few days, next few weeks, we're going to start, getting back into that Texas mindset and, really watching film and whatnot and getting ready for them.